Stop reading too many books. I'll say that again for those in the back who didn't hear me. Stop reading too many books. Now, for the benefits of the people who might not be familiar with the term reading slump is you want to read. You try so hard to read. You have the desire to read, but you just can't. You try and try, but you lack motivation, you lack focus, you lack the zeal. That's simply what a reading slump means. If you still do any of these three things, you most likely will fall into a reading slump no matter how hard you try. The first thing is reading too many books. You read too many books, especially at the same time. You're currently reading 5 books, you're currently reading 10 books, you're currently reading 3 books, you're currently reading 15 books. Stop. Just stop. Otherwise, you keep complaining of reading slumps. And yeah, another reason why you most likely will fall into a reading slump is you are setting ridiculous goals. That's number 2. You're setting ridiculous goals. You're trying to read 100 books in a year. You're trying to read 20 books in 1 month. You're trying to read 16 books in a week. You will fall into a reading slump. You rush through books. You do not take your time to actually read for the sake of comprehension, but you're reading just to say that you have read it, just to tick it off your Goodread goal. You know that list you write where I want to read these 50 books in this year, just to tick them off. You're reading for the sake of that. All that pressure will drive you into a reading slump. You just can't avoid it. This thing has bothered me for a while now, and I started this little experiment, and I told myself that if I did it and it worked, I will share it with people who struggle with reading slumps. Here are the things I found out for myself that I have applied and have seen it work for me. Yeah, the first thing is read less books. Read less books. I noticed that when I started reading for comprehension and stopped reading for volume, it all started to make sense. I don't know the last time I complained about a reading slump. Stop reading for volume and start reading for comprehension. That's the number one thing you need to do to avoid falling prey to reading slumps. The next thing, I learned to switch formats. I tried to read an ebook and it doesn't work. I just switched to a physical book. So switch formats. Last year, I started reading 1984 on my phone, and I found out that it was a bit difficult for me to get through. But then I thought about it. What if it's because I'm reading it on my phone? What if I tried the physical copy? I got the physical copy and I started reading it, and I have made significant progress. So yeah, switch formats. Another thing I did that helped me, which is the third thing, is I started taking breaks. Just don't read a book immediately after you finished reading previous one. Take a break. I don't know the psychology behind this, but it has really helped me. So I find it very refreshing. The last but not the least is feel free to DNF. It's not a sin. For the longest, I thought that DNFing books meant that I was a poor reader, meant that I was not a serious reader. It might not be the function of the book, but it might just be the function of time. It could be bad timing. There are books that I picked up in the past, but I wasn't able to read them in the past. I picked them at a later date, and I found myself finishing the books. Feel free to take a break and start another one, and probably at a later date you could get back to the other one. And don't force yourself to finish a book. That's the quickest way to fall into reading slump. These are all the things that I have done that have helped me. I started reading less books. I started reading for the sake of comprehension instead of volumes. I took breaks. I switched formats. when one format doesn't work for me, I switch to the next format, and it has helped me. Last but not the least, I started DNFing books. I stopped feeling guilty about DNFing books because I mean, it's not such a bad thing, to be honest. These are the things that have helped me, and I really hope that it helps you too. To remember this, that 10 books thoroughly wrestled with is way better than 100 books read for the sake of reading them. I hope this helps you, and happy reading. Bye. And can you cite my stack of books? Yeah. For the love of books and God and whatever the fuck you find, stop reading too many books. One more thing, and this is not a blooper. Everything I've said is largely anecdotal. Please do your own research and find out more information for yourself. Okay, bye.